Okay, what I'm about to do is take you through the Reasons program. This is going to be a tutorial on how to build your beat from scratch. This is the demo song with a rack already provided, but what I would suggest you do is go here to edit and go to your preferences, and what you want to do is go with an empty rack. But when you go with an empty rack, you won't have any of this clutter there. And those are things that will cause you to come up with confusion. You want an empty track. First thing you want to do is add your mastering suite. Then after that, what you want to do is have your mixer. And this will be for somewhat first timers. Now, building up a East Coast beat or something like that, what I like to do is go straight to my samples. So I'll find me a sample that I like to play with. You want to initialize that. So that's going to be a left click on the NXT, and when you left click it, they won't click too many, but when you left click it, that'll give you the option to initialize it. Once you initialize it, that'll clear it so you don't have any feedback from the additional keys that'll play when you play your sample. You want to go to load sample, and this is how you put your samples in. If you got it in your My Music, you want to go to your libraries. And you want to make sure you have all your samples labeled in the appropriate files. Mine is going to be under samples for show, because the last time I was working on a show, I was trying to get my samples together real fast, and they kind of didn't come together like I needed to. Let's see. The dopest samples I probably got would probably be like some karate fight scene type stuff. So we can just do that one. And that don't sound bad. So for the sake of the tutorial, you want to do that. You want to left click it when it's highlighted to duplicate the fields. Duplicate the zones. You can also catch up with me at spinsun220@yahoo.com. I also have another YouTube page, but I wanted to do this to try to get something back and try to clear up some confusion, because like I said, I've been studying a lot of the tutorials and not been getting everything that I wanted to get out of them, so I'm hoping that this will help you. Also, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to automize. What's it called? It's called automap the zones. And when you do that, that'll give you the option to load each key at different start times and different play zones. And if you listen closely, there's a slight difference from the first one. And what we really want is those horns to try to get a little closer to the new age sound, or what you're hearing on the radio today. From there, we can always do a redrum, and that's the easiest way to get you a drum pattern going. First mistake is you want to make sure that you have your tempo set, and most hip-hop beats, most rap tunes are going to be from like 80 to 90, but there's a lot of space in between there, so it can be 93, 92. So what I'm going to do, going to set that at 91 for now, and going to give us a drum pattern. And then in Reasons also, you have your favorites that you can have set up. So I have some drum patterns that I already have set to the side. I like the UK underground, even though the hip hop kit is the best. When you got your keyboard, you can experiment and listen to different sounds before you decide on which drum kit you're going to go with. Because I know I picked some that have scratches in it, and then that'll give you your DJ scratch if you want that in your song. I think I like these drums the best, even though I was looking for that DJ scratch sound. But anyway, what we're gonna do is I like to, if I was just to do a beat simply like this, I would run that, throw some samples over the top. Never set the loop. And the other cool thing about some of these programs, they have keys on the keyboard you can hit, so you don't always have to use your mouse and do that point and click thing. So that's good to know if you're in a crunch. Now I just stopped the recording with the record button on the XL25. So now we got the sample in there. Now we can go to the drums. And I can hear it, but I'm not sure how much you can hear. But I can always turn it up. And when I'm doing things improperly like this and I don't have my headphones on, if I'm just doing it for the fact of trying to hear more noise or to get more of a sound out, I'll put it on the Energy Master Mix. So now that's more so distracting us from the drums. So we take so now we can just work on the drums. Now from there, it's just more so what we want to add on the top to give it more of a feel. And that's the scratch. I like that extra heavy bass. And I find if you really want to place the tempo, what you can always do is just run the whole track. But it's not really necessary. Now, I think scratching there would be corny or silly, so I just don't want to do it. It doesn't seem necessary. And then put your redrum into the track. You left click. And that'll give you the option to copy the pattern. And you copy that pattern into, I made a mistake, but you can always Control Z to undo your mistakes. You want to make sure this lane 1 is lit up, and then you left click so that you can copy the pattern of the track. It'll give it an echo effect, but you just take the pattern off, stops running, and then it sounds like a simple beat, but you can throw your sample back in, see what that sounds like, and if the sample is not right, you just erase it and redo it with the drum pattern. And we got our beat.